At £399 a pair, are these Acoustics M20s the best performance per pound active speakers you can buy? Let's find out. Hey guys, Louis here and welcome back to another SHS video. Now today I'm really excited to be reviewing a brand we've never reviewed on our channel before, which is Acoustics, and now is a great time because we've been testing out these new M20 active bookshelf speakers and I've been really impressed. In fact, if you've been paying close attention to our last couple of videos, you might have spotted us using these for our all-new racing simulator that features in our showroom. So for anyone that's interested in picking up a pair of medium-sized active bookshelf speakers, these are definitely worth checking out. Now, rather than making you wait till the end of the video to hear what I think, here's my short answer. Well, there are other active speakers out there, notably the KEF Alice X, which we feel are the benchmark in this category and offer a slightly more refined performance. At just £399, these M20s offer a very impressive performance, and for those not wanting to spend £1,000, these might be the solution that you're after. Now, Acoustics are a relative newcomer to the audio industry, starting out in 2006, already offering customers a wealth of options from home theatre, passive speakers, active speakers, floor standing speakers, and ceiling speakers. Now, we're taking a look at these new M20s because they've been very well reviewed, picking up a 5-star Watts Hi-Fi and even better, scoring 5 out of 5 for build, features, and sound, which is extremely impressive. So what are the need-to-knows about the M20s then? So these are active bookshelf speakers with wireless control, supplied as a stereo pair for a very respectable £399, and you can buy them in a colour choice of black, white and walnut, and I must say this black pair are really nice and would fit in well in my home. Now, I think they're designed really well and they've gone for quite a minimalistic, uncluttered design with a nice curved cabinet and a simple one-button solution on the top, where the light around it will change colour depending on what source you are using. Now, the build quality feels really robust and long-lasting and of a better build quality than you'd expect for a pair of speakers that costs this amount of money. And just so you know, it's not possible to remove the front grille like other speakers sometimes can. Now, your main method of control will be by Bluetooth 5.0 aptX HD, but if we take a look at the back of the speakers, you'll notice that all of your inputs are supplied on the primary speaker and the secondary speaker connects to the primary speaker via speaker cable, and you'll just need to plug in the primary speaker to mains power. And what's great is that you can assign the primary speaker to be either of these speakers by using the switch on the back here if the other speaker is going to be closer to your main socket. Now, they have borrowed some of their techniques from their passive stereo speakers, such as point-to-point internal bracing, so that stiffens up the parts of the enclosure that most need to be rigid, resulting in less noise. And noise is, of course, the enemy of sound quality. The M20s are rear ported, so you'll find your bass reflex ports here, and there's even an EQ switch to tell the system if each speaker is positioned in a corner, against the wall, or in free space, and its digital sound processing can optimize the audio performance and bass response. So you've got an RCA input here for connecting up to a turntable, CD player and that kind of thing, an aux input to connect a PC, an optical input to connect to a TV perhaps, a sub out, so you can in fact use a subwoofer with these, and a USB which you can use for getting high res up to 24-bit 192 kHz. It's a bit of a shame that there's no Wi-Fi capabilities, so there's no AirPlay 2 or Spotify Connect, which would have been very welcome, but because the standard of Bluetooth is as pretty much as good as it gets, I can live with that. Now, you can also wall mount these or mount them on floor stands like we've got behind me here, which is of course a great to have. Now, also in the box, you'll find a remote control, 4 meters of speaker cable, a 3 meter optical cable if you wanted to connect these to your TV, a power cord, and they even give you a couple of foam bungs if you're going to be positioning them against the wall to stop any unwanted boom or reverb. So now let's talk about sound quality, which is where it gets quite exciting. Under the hood of each speaker, you've got a 22mm decoupled tweeter to minimize internal vibrations and a 125mm mid-bass driver, which will output a total of 130 watts. Of course, there's lots of other factors that will determine sound quality, but these can go very loud. And to show you, I'm going to let you hear some snippets of a few tracks using our binaural microphone. Now, the things I'd love for you guys to listen out for is the smooth mid-range, which is something that I think the M20s do best, as there's just no distortion and the vocals are super elegant. And also have a listen out for the really controlled bass.
I quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that test, and hopefully you can agree that these perform incredibly well, especially when you remember that they're only £399. It felt like no matter what genre we threw at them, they sounded really accurate and layered without feeling unrealistic. Now, being a relatively new brand to the market, it's clear that they want to market themselves competitively in this space, and I really respect Q Acoustics for that. It just makes these extremely easy to recommend. Now, with all of our sound tests, because we've listened to hundreds of speakers now over the years, I do think that we've got quite high standards, but we can usually find at least a couple of pitfalls. But honestly, guys, I really struggled with these when you put them in the context of their price point. And no, I've not been sponsored by Q Acoustics. I just don't think you can ask for any more for £399. Of course, as I mentioned at the start of the video, something like the KEF LSX would offer more detail and an overall more refined performance, but again, that comes with a big jump up in price. But I think ultimately your choice is going to come down to your budget and what exactly you're looking for. Now, these are really quite versatile speakers, so I can see customers using these in a variety of situations, from their main listening speakers in their home to desktop speakers to being used as a downsized wireless hi-fi solution, maybe with a turntable or even for gaming. Now, they're not that big, so they require lots of pre-planning and room setup, but also not so small that they don't offer a good punch and listening experience. That's why they make great speakers for our racing simulator. Now, the nature of racing sounds can sometimes sound quite harsh on certain speakers, but as these offer very low distortion levels at higher volumes, you can really get immersed in the simulator. Speaking of which, if you did want to come down and have a go, why not pay us a visit? Now, the wireless bookshelf speaker space is still quite competitive, with some excellent products like the Audio Engine HD3s or HD4s providing exceptional value for money too. But the Q Acoustics M20s have made themselves relevant in this market because they've been able to craft versatile but simple hi-fi that sounds great and is affordable, that comes all in one package. This type of just add source speaker are amongst my favorite to review because there's nothing too technical here. You've got all of the listening options you could need, with the exception of Wi-Fi, of course, and they sound excellent, and of course they don't cost the earth. In fact, for £399, I think these are the speakers to beat. I think if we had blind tested these and guessed the price, I would have gone for around the £700 mark. But we want to know what you guys think. Comment below, are these M20s making your shortlist, or have they missed the mark? If you want to take a look at these, the link to them will be in the description below. But otherwise, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.